Okay, guys, we are looking at velocity calculations today. And velocity is a lot like speed as far as the calculation goes. So the definition of velocity is that it's the speed, which is what we've been calculating. So we know that speed tells us how far we're moving over a certain amount of time. The difference between velocity and speed, though, is that velocity has a direction. So remember, a direction, just like with displacement having a direction. So we're going to go north, south, west, east. And then we could also be in between at our northeast, northwest, southwest, southeast. Okay. If we're looking at the equation is exactly the same as our speed equation, except instead of speed, we're using the word velocity, which is going to be a lowercase v. Distance is still going to be a lowercase d, and time is still going to be a lowercase t. And then we can use a triangle for this as well. Our triangle is going to be set up the same way. We're going to cover up what we're trying to find, and then we're left with our equation. So you guys, something that's unique about velocity is that because there's that direction piece, the speed can stay the same. So how fast you're going can stay the same, but the direction can change. And if there's a different direction, that means there's a different velocity. So if I were walking down a row and all of a sudden I turned to the left, but I kept walking at the same speed, my speed has stayed the same, but my velocity has changed. So take a second, write down, why would it be important to know which direction something is moving? So not just how fast, but also which way. So maybe some of the things you were thinking about is so that you know if something's coming at you. So if you're going to be crossing the street and you see that the car is moving pretty fast, is it moving fast towards you or is it moving fast away from you? That's going to make a difference. If you need to get to an appointment and you have to go on 35, Highway 35, are you going to go north or are you going to go south? That's going to make a huge difference. And so it's really important to know our direction when we're calculating velocity. Okay, so let's set up one of these calculations. I'm going to remind you guys how, and then I'll let you guys do some practice. So what is the velocity of a bird that flies 2 miles north in 5 hours? So my first step is to analyze. So I'm going to read it carefully, and I'm going to pull out my question. So what is my question word? What is the velocity? So for this one, I'm looking for V, velocity. So if I go to my triangle, I'm going to cover up what I'm trying to find, and I'm left with D divided by T. Second step is to define my variables. So my distance and my time. I have two numbers. I have 2 miles and 5 hours. So my distance is going to be the miles, and my time is going to be the 5 hours. Remember, you guys, this is the hard part. We've set it up. We're organized. Now we're ready to just plug our values in. When you plug your values in, remember to keep the units with it because we need to see if anything cancels. So for this one, miles is on the top and it's not on the bottom. So we're going to bring it over to our answer. Same thing with hours. Hours is on the bottom, but it's not on the top, so it doesn't cancel. So when we do our math, 2 divided by 5, do it in your calculators, you get 0.4 miles per hour. Now this wouldn't be correct. This is a velocity, and so we need a direction. So I'm going to go back up to the problem. This bird is flying north, so they are going 0.4 miles per hour north. Okay, you guys, here comes the why is that useful part. Goose is flying north. Is it spring or is it winter? If they're coming back up north, it must be spring, okay? You guys are going to be working on 10 problems on your velocity practice. Make sure that when you calculate velocity, you are using a direction. Distance does not need a direction, and time does not need a direction. So keep in mind, you only need that direction with velocity. Numbers 9 and 10 has a little bit of a challenge, a little bit of a twist in it. So my hint is to really pay attention to your units. Okay, good luck.